So today we have a very, very special guest. Again, I apologize about the noise. However, I'm going to mute myself here momentarily. But we have an amazing guest, and he is an absolutely phenomenal human being. I've watched him. I met him quite a while ago, and I've just watched him grow his business, and the momentum and the amount of success that he has achieved is absolutely phenomenal. He was just on Logan's Paul podcast. There's talks about him getting on a very famous TV show here coming up, and he's just crushing it. He's changing a lot of lives, helping a lot of people. I'm just going to mute everyone. So if you need to, you can unmute yourself. And yeah, he's doing big stuff. He knows what he's talking about. He walks the walk, and he's here to help us out. So do you want to take it away? And you can feel free to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about who you are. And I just unmuted your audio. There you go.
All right.
Oh, you're muted, Stefan. Hold on. Okay, now you're muted.
All right, ladies and gents. Well, it says I do have audio, and it says that you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Yes? Thumbs up? Yeah? Okay, cool. I see you guys. Awesome. So it brings me to come, I guess, teach for you guys today. I'm a substitute teacher today. My mother always said I'd become a teacher. Here I am, being a substitute for you. I'm how to start your business with, $1,000 or $1,200 and become a multi-seven-figure company, multi-seven-figure organization. I don't know if you guys have seen my products online. Today I think I'm at 200-something thousand Instagram followers. Been on Logan, just on his show a little while ago. Published 8 books, and I've got a coaching company. Did 2.17 million last year. This year we're probably going to do over $3 million, and that's just all from little old Winnipeg up here in Canada. So I'm going to talk to you guys about some different concepts.
Can I interrupt you really quickly?
What did you say,
He's
Brittany?
underplaying the popularity of his new book. Like, if you guys add him on social media, which I'm going to put his social media in the Zoom group chat, everybody is ranting and raving about it. Like, I have 4 different chats on Instagram for the mastermind. And in a couple of the chats, people were like, oh, I'm reading his book. And it's completely gone viral. I think he's wrote a lot of really amazing books, but this book has completely taken off, and it's really putting him on the map. And so I'm super proud of you, and thank you for your contribution and everything that you do. So I'm going to put his Instagram name in the chat, and also where can people buy your book if they want to, and your podcast link. I'll throw that in there, or I'll send an email when I send out the recording.
Brittany's quite the promoter. Thank you, Brittany. Appreciate that. So yeah, written 8 books, guys. I want to talk to you guys. I understand you guys are mostly coaches, mostly entrepreneurs. If you guys want to type in the chat a little bit about who you are, where you're from, what kind of business you have, I can make this more relevant for you. Started with $1,200, became a self-made millionaire by 28. I'm 33 now. Got a multi-million-dollar business. Okay, Brittany just put some stuff in the chat. So who you are, where you're from, and what business you're in. So Jeff says trainer, coach for entrepreneurs. Okay, cool. Keep putting it in. Jeff, if you could let me know what kind of range of revenue you're doing, how many employees you have, that'd be great. And I can kind of gear this a little bit more for whoever's out there and where you are, where you want to go. That'd be great. I have 3 concepts I want to share with you guys tonight. I just wrote them down here on paper. I don't even know if you can see that. High tech over here. Okay, we got Jeff, trainer for entrepreneurs. Lane as a resume writer and career coach. Okay, cool. If you guys want to put your revenue in there so I could figure out a range of revenue, if you're not comfortable, you can figure out what you're doing. Okay, Alexander's a photographer, designer. Cool. Okay, 0 to 100K is most people. So most people are trying to make for revenue. That's what that sounds like. Okay, go ahead. I'm going to just grab some books while you guys are putting it in. Month. Okay, cool, man. All right, so I brought goodies for you. Goodies. Well, lots and lots of goodies. Okay. This is the book Brittany was talking about here. Hard Times Create Strong Men. It's rated R. Violence, money, all that good stuff's in here. So that's the book that's taking off right now. Okay, agency owner, tax industry, and insurance. Sam, what kind of is it a social media agency or is that an ad agency or what? We got 40K a month. It is doing 60K one part-timer, web designer and copywriter. Jen Knoxville from Calgary creates training content for people in their awakening. Okay, so that's some spiritual stuff. That's Jen, the head with the glasses. Okay, cool. Sam, social media insurance agency. Okay, cool. Well, I'm pretty familiar with some of these businesses. Agency right now that's going up to 7-figure revenue. I think it's like 750 grand was our first year, so we're coming up to that 7-figure revenue. So got a coach business doing between 2 and 3 million right now. So okay, a couple things. I want to share this first, and the best thing that you can do is do this with a pen and paper. Okay, so if you got a pen, you got some paper, I want to take some notes. What I'm going to show you here, this is something that's going to take you up to 7 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, if that's where you want to go with anything. I saw this from a very smart man, internet marketer, and I want you to write this formula down. I'm holding it up here. It's money equals brand B plus RE, reach efficiency, plus S. Okay, so I'll say it again. Money equals B is brand plus reach efficiency plus sales. Okay? And if you can follow this formula, you're going to get up to 8 figures in your business. So this will take you to 10 million bucks. This will take you to 100 million bucks. This will take you to $1 billion bucks. Wherever you want to go, this formula will take you there. Okay. Now you probably, what does this mean? Okay. Now some of you guys want to make your first, who in here wants to make their first 100 grand? Type in me trying to get that first 100 grand. So we're going to talk about the first step. There's a 3-step formula. Okay. Okay, so Kate wants her first 100K, awesome. Highest Self Inc. 100K, Megan Stewart 100K, Lena. Okay, so quite a few guys, if you guys want to get first grand. So first 100 grand is this, okay? So here's our formula. Here's the bigger formula. It's money equals brand plus reach efficiency plus figure business. Now you guys right now who are sub 100, this is what it looks like for you. Money equals sales process. Okay, sales process. Now, one thing I recommend to my students, guys, I charge $73,000 for one-on-one coaching. Paying that tonight, collected in the last couple of weeks, 200 grand just in fees for coaching. So I charge, and the number one thing that you have to have if you want to be making a lot more money is this sales process. Out of you guys who are here tonight, who are making under the sub 100,000, I'm breaking up on you. Sorry, maybe my Wi-Fi isn't so good. I'll just crank up the volume. I'll do my best. So for you guys who are not doing over 100 grand right now, what I want to know is where are you guys at with your sales game, okay? One thing I want to know is, do you have experience in direct sales? I'm just going to type that into the chat here. Have experience in direct sales. Why/no? The sales game is weak, says Kate. Okay. And my second question for you is, have you made over 100K in direct sales before? Okay. Lead gen is weak. Okay, we're going to get to lead gen in a second. We're going to get to lead gen next, but we're going to start with sales process, because that's the first thing that's broken. If you're making less than 100 grand, it's because your sales process is not good. So we got a couple people. Highest Self says no. Kate says no. Mark says no. Megan Stewart says no. So this is something I tell to my students who pay me $60,000 to $70,000 for coaching. Is I think you need to go to a part-time job in a call center doing cold call, outbound calling to get your sales process up and get your rejection together. When fine, okay? So it's a part-time job in a call center once a week. I think that's the minimum. You ready for rejection all the time. Another thing that I would recommend if I was coaching you, and some of you guys are making, to say, put your business on the back burner if it's not making that much money, and go out there and sell direct hardcore commission sales job for 2 years. Okay. For those of you guys who want to be millionaires, if you guys want to be rich, if you want to make a lot of money, go out there for 2 years into direct sales and sell, and go into an environment where all you do is sell, and you get very good at that process. That's all you do for 2 years. And the rule is you only get to quit when you're making over 100, 120 grand. So when you get your own sales game up to that 100, 120 grand, then you can pull the plug and go full-time into your business. Because here's what's happening. If you're somebody who's not selling or not making that kind of money, and you go into your own business, you're choking out your own business because you don't have the sales game strong enough to be able to sustain everything. So that's something, number one, part-time sales job is one thing. That matter what. Second thing is, if you're really serious, you want to make big money, go out there and get into direct hardcore sales, selling photocopiers, selling knife vacuums, or whatever the game is. Go get in some sales game just to get super good. Another thing, if you guys are coaches, check out my book here, The Close, 7-Level Selling, okay? You got to get really good at 2 skills. One is selling. This is a high-ticket sales selling. If you're doing services, notice we got designers, photographers, agency owners. We got coaches. Get this book. I've got my sales scripts in here, so you can just scripts. And another book, so it's The Close, 7-Level Selling. That's by Stefan Aarnio. I'll type it in the chat so you guys can grab that. Okay, another one here is this, The 10 Commandments of Negotiation. It's another one of my books. This book's all about negotiation. So if you're somebody who needs help closing the deal, getting the money, that's a negotiation skill. So you got to get better at negotiating. type that one in the chat too, so you guys can go get that one too. That's the 10 commandments of negotiation. Okay, those are two big skills, guys. If you're a sub $100,000 earner right now, you're not making 100 grand, you got to brush up on those things. And if you're somebody who wants to go to the million of revenue or 2 million or 3 million, you know, you're probably better at those things, but those skills always got to be brushed up on. Okay, so that's sales process. That's just the beginning of that. So go check those out. Now, coming back to our formula, money and plus reach efficiency plus sales. Okay, we just talked about sales process. So this is what your first like. That's a 6-figure formula. Now, how many of us want to go past 6 figures to 7 figures? I want you to type in me if you want to go to 7 figures. Type it in so you can see who you are. And I'll give you the 7-figure formula. Okay, so Jeff wants to go to 7. Alexander wants to go to 7. Mark wants to, Kate. Sam, looks like everybody wants to go to 7. Okay, well, 7 figures, this is where you are doing 7 figures of revenue. You're probably netting 100, 300 grand for yourself to live. So life is good at 7 figures. You start making some nice take-home pay. So 7 figures looks like this. Money equals brand plus sales process right here. This is your 7-figure formula. 7 figures. Brand plus sales process is where you are now building the 7-figure business. Okay? You can run being a 6-figure guy like this, just selling insurance or selling mutual funds or whatever the fuck you sell. If you want 7 figures, make $1 million, you're now going to stick a brand on that. And I think a lot of you guys are probably in this mastermind to learn about branding, putting up, you know, the sizzle around you and stuff like that. Now, branding is a little bit different. Here's what you need with brand. Okay, so you need 1 brand asset. Okay, I'm going to type that in the chat. A brand asset. That's something people owe you for. So, for example, this book here, Self-Made, I put this out in 2015. Look, this is me. Okay, this is me in 2015. The year I put this book out, I made $1 million. Brand asset. So this brand asset, I'd go out, I'd speak, I'd go speak somewhere. I would sell these books for $50 inside. There's 2 tickets to a live event. So I'd speak, 2 tickets to the live event. I'd come back 6 weeks later. I would do a 2-day seminar, 100, 200, 300,000, whatever it was. And over the year, made $1 million doing that with this brand asset. Okay. So as flipping, as I was just a house flipper guy, I was making 100, 200, 300 grand. That was cool. When I added on this brand asset and started doing events, made 100, 200, 300 grand in a weekend, the brand asset is something. Yeah, somebody says no beard. Yeah, this is beard. No beard. This guy needs your money. This guy doesn't need your money. So big difference between these two guys. So over here, guys, brand asset. This is where you have to decide what is going to be your brand asset. Is it a book? Right now, I'm doing my brand asset right now is this thing here. Create Strong Men. So this is my brand asset right now. It's a big fat book. So you guys like fat books. You like them thick. This is a thick book for you guys that like thick books. And this brand asset, you know, Brittany was talking about, oh, it's going viral and we're on Logan Paul. I'm supposed to be on Ellen DeGeneres in February with this. I'm supposed to be on Dr. Phil. I'm supposed to be on, we got a bunch of shows. Joe Rogan, I'm supposed to go on Rogan with this. He'll like this book. And this brand asset is a little bit different than this. This is a niche brand asset. This is for real estate investors and wannabe real estate investors, house flippers. This piece is main. It's about men and women. So this gets me into celebrity status because it's a bigger reach. It's a bigger pool of people. When I go online and real estate, I had like 4,000 followers with this book on Instagram. Now I'm at like 200 something thousand with this. This book, last month, I think we sold like 1,250 copies, 1,260 copies just off Amazon last month, which is a lot of sales. Got a big fat royalty check on this because this brand asset can penetrate. That's a word you should write down. It can penetrate larger audiences, bigger this to a more mainstream audience costs a lot more than marketing this to a niche audience. So this is a niche audience. Customer in this, do I self-publish? Yes, these are independently published. So I didn't go into Simon and Schuster. I didn't go in, please let me publish my book. I went and did, it's called Clovercroft Publishing. So there's a publishing company down in Nashville, or I think Tennessee. And I paid them the money, and then I own it, I produce it, I get all the money. So like this book is in its, what does it say, third or fourth printing? Going into its third printing now. So we're selling these out. You know, they're selling out, they're going good. And what's cool about it is, you know, this one first year made $1 million of coaching first year. This one, I don't know, I'm measuring it in a different way. This one I'm going for the next, which is efficiency. Okay, so brand asset. You guys got to figure out what your brand asset is. And here's something about brand asset. When you're promoting your brand asset, you are going to get a one-to-one trade at best. So let's say you spend 10 grand on PR marketing this. If you get 10 grand back, that's a winner. So you go spend 10 grand marketing your book in PR or whatever. And if you get $10,000 in money back in sales, keep doing that. Okay. One-to-one trade on brand. Do it as long as you can until that one-to-one trade is no good anymore. That's the math. So make sure you get $1 back. That's what you want out of your brand asset. Now this book here on funnels, actually I'll show you a different book running on funnels. This one here. So this book I've had running on funnels since 2016. Money People book. And you guys can go get this. This is a cool book. This is a real estate investor book. Money People Deal. Get this book, check it out. This book I've had running on funnels since 2016. It's still selling every day. Every day I probably sold 10 or 20 more of these, okay? Some weekends we'll sell 800 of these. And it costs me about $40 to get a sale, $40 to $60 to get a sale. But with our coaching sales on the back, 300%. So we'll make $120. We spend 40, we get 120. And we've been doing that since 2000. So this is going into its third, fourth year of running that funnel. So this book has made me millions and millions of dollars. This one made me $1 million in a year. This one has made millions and millions of dollars. This one is in its, this one sold over 20,000 copies. And I'm in Canada. There's like a bestseller in Canada is 3,000 copies. So this book is kick-ass. This is a kick-ass book, okay? So on a funnel, if you're doing a funnel trade, so you spend $1, you want to get $3 back on the back end. That's how you can sustain that. It's called ROAS, return on ad spend. You want 3 to 1. But on a brand asset like something like this, which is a front-end thing, 1 to 1. You're not going to get 3 to 1 on your brand asset. Not going to work, okay? So 1 to 1 on the brand asset. On a funnel, 3 to 1. That's direct marketing. ROAS. Yeah, Kate says ROAS. Return on ad spend. Okay. Awesome. You guys following all this? Yeah. Okay, cool. That's wicked. Okay. 3 to 1. Got it. 3 to 1, 1 to 1. Okay. Now, so to get to 7 figures, ladies and gents, I'm going back to this. 7 figures is brand asset plus sales process. So you want to get your sales process. You can get your sales process from the close, 7-level selling. You can get closing from the 10 commandments of negotiation And then the brand asset, you got to build that. So what are some things that could be a brand asset? Your brand asset could be your podcast, could be a book, could be a seminar, could be an audio book. Audio books, by the way, are king ass right now. I was on a podcast this afternoon. Yeah, just buy all my books. That's right. Sam says, get them all. Just go to my store. I'll give you my store. Go get all the books. So you can get any number of things as your brand asset, but for this book, Hard Times, I was on a podcast today that a guy invited me on, and he invited me on because he listened to this on Audible. Somebody listened to the book on Audible. I recorded it. I put it up on Audible, and the guy has 100,000 downloads per episode. So this episode, well, 1,000 people are going to listen to it. You know, if 1% of them are interested customers, that could be 1,000 more customers. If 0.5%, that's 500 more. If 0.1%, that's 100 more customers for your business, right? So the podcasting and the Audible these days, the books are worth a lot more than the paper books. The paper books, 1% of people buy books, and 80% of the books that are. So that is not so cool. Not so cool. You don't want that. You want your content easy to consume. So assume that a PDF or a paper book would be an audio book. And on our funnels, what we do with the funnel like this is we'll give you the audiobook, ebook, and book for $8.95. So free plus shipping, you get it all. People like to own the paper because it makes them feel like it's real, especially if you're a coach or somebody. They it all the time. So you get that paper book in the mail. You also get the audio book because you get to listen to it. And then you get the e-book. You can run the plane or whatever the fuck they do with that. That's up to them. Okay. So brand plus sales process. Now, 8 figures. We're going to 8 figures now. Are you guys following me? Is it 10-4? Brand plus reach efficiency plus sales. Okay, now this is where you guys make the big money right here. Brand plus reach efficiency plus sales process. Okay, now this is the holy grail. This is what everybody wants. You got your brand item, you got your hot book, you got your hot podcast, you got your hot thing, whatever your hot thing is. Okay? Got your process, your phone team is reading the scripts and they're selling for you and the money's rolling in. Passive income, bitches, you got money being made, life is good. RE, reach efficiency. Okay, so let's talk about reach efficiency. So reach efficiency, this is your database. Just write that down. It's your database. What customer data do you have? This is the names, the addresses, the phone numbers. You have your infusion software. You own the customer data. Or, you know, it could be your Instagram account. That's not as good though. Can anybody tell me as good as your own database? I want you to type it in the chat. Why is it not as good? Why is Instagram or YouTube, Facebook, or any of that not as good? Ah, yes. You don't own forever. Instagram can pick up and say, you're offensive, we're taking your account away. Facebook can say, we're taking your account away. Or they can take your reach efficiency away. They can just say that you're not going to get any more reach. Facebook cut its own throat because they made the content creator pay as their own people. Stupid, stupid, stupid. They should have done it like YouTube where they pay the content creator to get content. So, you know, stupid. But what you guys want to do is build up this RE, reach efficiency. Okay. Now, if you're somebody, now think about this. If you're Kylie Jenner, you're famous because you got that face, that Jenner face, and you're selling the makeup, and you got whatever it is, 100 million Instagram followers, whatever she has, and she posts makeup, instantly a billionaire because her reach efficiency is so good. Okay, and how you get reach efficiency? You have your hit brand item. So the Kardashians, they had a hit brand item. It was Kim porno tape. So she had a porno tape. Everybody got excited about that. Then that turned into a TV show, and now everybody's excited about the Kardashians, about Khloe and Kim and whatever the people's names are. I don't even care about them. But they built up through that show the brand of agency, and then they do a post, they get the sales, and now they're billionaires. Okay, so that formula works over and over and over again. The RE, the reach efficiency, though, you got to get them into your database because they're not your data unless it's in your database. Okay? You guys got any questions about that? Yeah, go ahead and type in your questions or whatever you want. Reach efficiency. Here's the thing. Everybody wants this big reach. Oh, hey, we got sound. Who's talking to me today?
Hey, I got a question, Steph.
Nobody talking to me. Okay. Yo, who am I talking to?
Yo, can you hear me?
I got you, man.
Hello? Hey, what CRM do you use to track your number, your database?
Oh. Which CRM do I use?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm using Infusionsoft right now, but I don't love Infusionsoft. Say just go get married to Infusionsoft. It's not the greatest thing, but you know, some people have Salesforce, some people have Infusionsoft, some people use something else. I got Infusionsoft just because in my industry that I'm in, everybody likes Infusionsoft. All right. What do we got here? I got Alexander, he's muted. Okay, Kate Alexander. Question about 100K needing to sell. I'm wondering, I hate sales in part because it feels so masculine. I know you're talking about this balance. Should I? Guess what, Kate? You can't hire people until you know how to do the job yourself. Sorry. You have to do the job first. So you do. And yeah, it is masculine. It is masculine asking for money. You know, women working in the working world is masculine. You're in your masculine purpose of work versus your feminine purpose of family. There's a trade-off there. Should you just hire people? Hey, Kate. Oh, I can hear your voice. How you doing?
Hello. I'm okay. It's great to talk to you.
Hello.
I'm here. Can
Yeah,
you hear me?
I can't see you. I can just hear you.
Yeah. I look around.
Yeah. I guess there's 18 you look like she's coming in. Are you coming in the video now?
Yep, I'm in the video.
Oh, what up, girl?
Hey. I'm about to get back surgery, so I don't look so great. Can you hear me?
Okay, so yeah, what could I help you with there?
The main thing is like I hate sales. So you're saying just go for it. Just do the sales anyway and then shift into what I'm trying to create and sell. Can you hear me?
Well, if you want money, you have to sell. Yeah.
Okay.
If you want money, you have to sell. You either sell your time or you sell something else. So, you know, if you want to just go get a job at McDonald's or the gas station,
Right.
you can do that, but you're selling your time. If you sell something else like products or services or something, you can make a lot more money. And I don't think selling. I mean, if you want to be under 100 grand forever, you can not sell, but if you want to make over 100 grand or $1 million or sell, I don't see any other way.
Okay. No, that's really good to hear, because I've always wondered about that, you know, and I saw your interview about it and it really resonated with me. And I was thinking, oh, that's where my block has been. So I just have to get through it. So anyway. So, right? So thank you.
Well, I'm glad I could help you. That's great.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, who has a question? Let's talk about making the 8 figures, or making the 7 figures, or making 6 figures, whatever it is. Type in a question. Who do I see here? I see Jen from Highest Self. Jen, throw a question. I see Alex looking handsome, throwing a question. I see Mike G throwing a question. Someone says, "What up, Mike G?" Mike G, he looks like a cool. Oh, geez, what do I use for the book funnel? You know what, dude? I have no idea. I got 3 marketing agencies that do my stuff. I have 2 direct funnel firms that just do funnels. I have no idea. I think we have one team that does ClickFunnels. We have another team that does something else. I think they build everything from scratch. I have an idea what they use. We also have a Shopify. We got a Stripe account. We got all sorts of stuff that we use, but I don't do any of that. So here's what I do. I spend 3 to 10 grand, get a funnel built out. I say, here, go do the funnel, and they build it out. And then it just works, or we test it and we get it to work, and then I just start flowing money in. You know, for me, it's just a money equation: money in, money out, money in, money out. I think ClickFunnels probably is pretty good, though. We do use ClickFunnels. I'm going to throw that down here. ClickFunnels, I think, is pretty easy. I think you should hire an agency if you can, because, guys, you're something, and you probably are way smarter at that than trying to build your own motherfucking funnels. That's pretty hard. That's a lot of work. Somebody's asking me here what publisher I use. I use Clovercroft Publishing in Tennessee. Now, I don't know if they want, you know, if they'll take anybody. I don't know. I was referred to them, but I published 8 books with them now. So we got books out there, and a book costs, you know, bare minimum. Right now, I got let's see, I got this one in testing right now. This book here, Letters to a Scorpion. This is rated R. This is like about sex and love and betrayal and stuff, and poetry. This thing is testing. This is like a $5,000 book. So this is like $5,000 to produce. A book like Self-Made, when I first put this out, this was a $50 book. And then this one was a $50,000 book too. So this production was 50 grand. This production's 50 grand. This one, when I first put it out, was a 5 grand production. So depending on the level you want to be at, you know, these things are all going to cost different amounts of money, but, you know, it's worth it. All right. Publishers, any resource you can share to set that up? Someone's asking about Infusionsoft. We Infusionsoft, all sorts of plugins and all sorts of shit. Like, it literally is a never-ending thing of plugins and things for Infusionsoft. I think we have some other CRMs. We have to ask my ops guy about that. I don't know what we have. Resource I can share to set what up? Someone's asking to set something up. I don't know what they're asking. But what has your process been to maximize your sales? Hey, Jen. This is Jen, the Highest Self. What up? With the glasses and red mermaid hair. What has your process been to maximize your sales and hone in on your target market, especially when you're starting? Do a lot of market testing. Yes. Okay. So Jen, I had to lose 150 grand online before I made money. So, that should give you a heart attack. That's a lot of money. 150 grand online and funnels and stupid shit and trying things. Now, I would recommend, Jen, do you have any brand assets? Like, what do you use to sell?
Okay, so what I'm doing is really in the beginning stages. So we're creating content right now. So I'm in the middle of creating a course and creating at least the psychology of the sales funnel that I can envision. So it's still in its infancy processes in terms of the products. So that's why my head is right now thinking like strategically around how do you maximize.
So do you have a
that?
product or no?
Not that's completed. No, it's still being completed.
So you have a book or a course, or how do you make money right now?
Yeah, course. Well, right now there's I'm working at a job, but my business partner and I, she's been doing online coaching. So we've been selling coaching and coaching programs. So that's been the focus. But in terms of like the products or the actual online solid brand materials, those are what we're in the process of creating.
Okay, so you got coaching. How much do you guys sell coaching for?
It's usually around 10K for 6 months.
10K for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Is that $1,600 a month? That's pretty cheap coaching.
That's what we're selling right now.
Okay. And how much of that are you selling right now?
Like how many clients do we have currently, do you mean, or like per month?
However you slice and dice it. I mean,
all right.
What
on average, we usually have about 5 to 6 clients.
How do you guys?
Yeah, like usually 10 at a time, but those are varying prices. Some come in at a lower price point.
Okay, so you got 10 clients rolling at a time. So you got, is that a 200 grand? So was that 200 grand annually?
There's different price points. So some of the ones from earlier are lower, but there's 4 that we have that are at that 10K price point.
Okay. Price point?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. You broke up.
It's tough. It's tough today. So the price point is 10 grand for 6 months. And was there another price point, or that's it?
Yeah, the other price point was 800 a month for more like just a different quality of coaching. So not less frequent. So.
$800 a month gets them some other thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my offerings right now. Okay. I'll show you. This is my funnel.
Okay.
So this works very well, and we've tested this for a long time. So we have a $199 offer, $1.99.
Mm-hmm.
So you should this a $1.99 offer. That could be like an audio book or something that can hook them off a funnel. Then we have a $50 upsell.
Mm-hmm.
This is $199 or $895. This first tier.
Okay.
Then it goes up to a $50 upsell. So we'll upsell this with 2 tickets to an event.
Right.
So pretty much a free event.
Right.
And there's quite a high upsell on that. I'd say 20% or more. Okay.
Yeah.
Then this is where the rubber hits the road. We have a $199 product package where we sell you all the books. You get all the business books.
Okay.
100 question assessment with a 48-page report and a 1-hour strategy call and a financing package. 2 tickets to an event for $199. So this is like the most amazing $199 someone ever spent.
Totally.
And the reason why we make it a most amazing $199, it's totally awesome, because we want them to have so much information that they can coming to the event. So we
Right.
give them 4 books, and we give them all these things. Like it's a massive package. It's actually the thing we. Look at this. This is my company, Black Card Magazine, full of student case studies and testimonials. Ship them the books. We ship them. I'll show you what they get here for $199. So they're getting all this, and then they get more in the mail, like all this coming to them, and then this shows up at their house, and like decision, yes or no. Now they're on the phone with a closer, and now we're closing coaching. Now coaching with me or my company, I have 4 coaches. So I only coach 12 people a year. It's 61 to 73,000 to coach with me, and I only do 12 people because I don't want to coach more than that.
Mm-hmm.
That goes into $19,000 offer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're offering 19 grand up to 70,000. 19,000, 31,000, 41,000, 61,000 up to 73,000. There's 8 different coaching options in here. Different packages, customizations. Now, if they can't do this, we'll drop them down to 5,400. Let me show you what they get for 5,400. Actually, fuck it, I'm just pick up my laptop. You can see all my shit here. This is all my courses. I got a 7 or 8 course curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that 5,400, they're getting this. Look, I'm smashing it. Okay. So they get this. This is 330,000 words, 100 hours of content, online portal, comes with 4 coaching sessions to get them started. Comes with, this is like the full curriculum. Somebody can't do this on their own. It's too hard. So they get that. And it's too hard. So they have to upgrade because they can't do it on their own. We tell them like, hey man, we can get you this $5,000 thing, but you can't do it on your own. You're not smart enough. You need help.
Yeah.
So we'll downsell, and then this is credit towards the bigger program when they come back and they're like, okay, I'm for real now. I got my uncle to sponsor. Okay.
Right.
Now, the top of the funnel is we have a $25,000 license for people who be coaches themselves, and we give them $40,000 of leads, and they open their own coaching shop, and they take 65% of the money if they want their own franchise.
Oh, cool.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
At the end, you make your customer into, your next business.
Right. Becomes a brand asset.
Which is what. That's right. That's right. So some of my top students who are platinum students, 82 deals by the time he's 27 in real estate, like house flips. He did 82 house flips. He's a coach for me now, and I have people requesting him, going, "Oh, can I please coach with your most hotshot protege?" Sure, man. Pay up. Let's go. And then we put him in the calendar. And then this guy's getting paid now to be part of my brand.
That's awesome. Win-win. Huge win-win.
Yeah. That's the ultimate. Like, they want to partner with you. They want to speak with you. They want all that stuff, especially the bigger your brand gets. They want to be a part of that. So if you can give them a that's just better and better and better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. Sense? Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. That's a great vision.
So here's the thing for you, and this is Jen. Okay, Jen. Here's what you want to do. You want those little price points, or figure out at least a sub $10 price point, and then maybe like a couple $100 price point, like $200 to $300.
Right.
And then you want to be able to budget a percentage of your revenue. Take 30% of your revenue marketing. So if you sell 30 grand to coaching, 10 grand goes back in the brand.
Okay. Right.
Okay. And then what's going to happen is you're dominating because you're spending 30% of your revenue marketing. So you're going to be, you're probably 10 markup on your coaching anyways. So, if someone was doing the job, like for example, we charge $1,000 an hour, we'll pay out $100 an hour to the coach. Well, we're going to spend $300 an hour marketing so that we can get more books out, more reach efficiency, more brand, whatever. So you want to have probably 30% of your revenue budgeted. So if you still want to make 10 grand, you got to make that 13 grand now.
Right. Okay.
Right.
That makes sense.
Or maybe you make it 15 grand. Yeah, you make it 15 goes to marketing, 10 grand goes to the rest of the business.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then you can run those fun fucker. Like I'm spending 50 to 75 grand a month on marketing, and I'm going to be at probably 100 grand a month on marketing, and then 150 grand a month on marketing, $1 million a month on marketing. And it's just an equation. This whole thing just cycles, and you just ship out warehouses of books. People get these books in the salespeople's phoning people, and you're setting up meetings, and you're doing all that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
All right. So you got some work. You got some work to do there, Jen.
I do. You're right.
Cool.
Thank you.
Add me on Instagram. We'll talk.
Deal.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Sam says OFA. I don't know what OFA means. I want to set up funnels. You know what, guys? Really, with the funnels, I would say just hire somebody to do it. I mean, I don't know why you want to be a funnel master. I think you're better off to just sell more, make more money, and pay someone else to do it. It's kind of your own house, painting your own walls and hammering your own nails. It's pretty hard. Asking, does your coaches have protocols? Jeff, do you want to expand on that question a little bit? Does your coach have protocols, a framework you design? Yeah, so we have one sec. So that every student gets, this is called the Blueprint to Cash, and inside is the exact weekly list and homework of what they have to do. Every week they have to do this exact homework, and the coach and the student have the action steps. And those exact action steps go with exact video modules, and they have that on the business side of things. On the life side, we have a 90-day journal. This is my journal I made called the High. And this is health, wealth, happiness goal for 90 days, broken down monthly, weekly, and daily. So on the life side, we have a program here called Your Best Self, their vision plan for their life, all regimented out. Then we have 90-day fill-in-the-blank journal, health, wealth, happiness, like relationships. They got this to fill out. I designed all of this, okay? I have different, a lady I gave her exactly what I wanted to do, and her, she designed the guts of this journal. Actually, I could show you this journal. Well, I have here. So here's a spanky pen. So like here's my goals, like 90-day goals, and then here's your daily, and then the weekly is this is the month. That's what the month looks like. This is what the week looks like. So you fill in the blanks. And so this is like, some students love this. Some students, no matter what, they're never going to do it. It's just people don't like filling shit out, or they do. Some people love filling stuff. So we have those frameworks where it's like, okay, man, here's your vision plan. Your vision plan breaks down into your 90-day journal. Every 90 days, they got to get a new one. And then we also have them do this, which is the black book that does all their meetings. And then we also have a software. I'll send it to you here. We have a software, which is a psychological assessment. Every 90 days, we have to do a wealth potentials. And the wealth potentials is a 48-page report of their habits, talent, leadership. They can measure, did they get better, are they closer to being wealth or further away? Like, are they getting somewhere with this? So it's pretty cool. And then that $199 bundle, they get the wealth potentials, they get the books, they get all this shit, and it's great for them. They get all these things. And then it's like, hey man, we're making a coaching decision now, let's do that. So that's something that we facilitate for them. All right. So I'm going to go back to Jen for a sec, actually, Jen, because we're going to talk about products. I got one more thing to share with you. So here's another picture for you guys to draw down. I'm going to fold this so you guys can have this here. So I want you to draw this little pyramid, and at the base of the pyramid is ethics. Okay. Then the next layer says product. Next layer says sales. Next layer says marketing, and the top of the brand. And then above the brand is a halo, and I put religion. Okay. If you get so good with your product, it turns into a religion. We got ethics, then product, then sales, then marketing, then brand, then religion. Now, here's the thing about you. Actually, Jen, why don't you unmute? We'll talk about your product quickly.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You there, Jen? Are you home? Hello?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. You cut out again.
Okay.
Sorry, what did you say?
I don't know. We're just like making sound. You're just doing whatever. Okay, so Jen, the base of your pyramid is the ethics. Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you want to help this person? Okay. So I want you to answer that question. Ethics. What you try to do to help this person? What's the idea behind your product?
Okay, great. So the one that I'll go with is basically we want to be able to equip people with the tools to be able to implement emotional fitness in their lives, so that as they're going through their stages of awakening or just navigating success that's external, they also have a robust sense of inner success, joy, fulfillment, and happiness. So giving them the emotional tools, the mindset tools, the spiritual tools to be able to support them in that process.
Okay, so that's a lot. How do you say that in like a couple words? Because that's a lot of shit. Okay, people can't just say all that. So how can you make that a couple?
Okay, we help people be as successful on the inside as they are on the outside.
Okay, so like some inner game kind of thing, right?
Sure.
Okay, so success on the inside, success on the, that's trying to do. Okay. Now, the next layer on that is the product.
Right.
Okay. So the question with the product is, does your product actually facilitate that? Right.
Right.
So that's you need to write that question down in big letters. Does your product actually do that? And you know what, guys? Here's the sad state of the first 97% of the products don't work. Okay, so most of your products are crap. Okay, same. You know, my stare into the books. I try to make this stuff amazing, but 97% of the stuff in the market.
Yeah.
Question for you is your inner game thing, or your, you know, making people successful on the inside and the outside. Is your product actually working? Actually do it, and that's probably where most people get beaten up.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and that's a good question too, because in our experience.
So we got the.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, in the coaching, it does. Absolutely. The results are awesome. But to translate that into products, that's the part that we're really working on, because it's important. Like you said, the ethic of that. So good question. Thank you.
You know what? Coaching is dynamic. Coaching is dynamic, and you can work out their problems. But it's like I said about my course, it's $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it. You need a human helping you, because it's hard. Right?
Totally.
It's hard to do this. So
Totally.
oftentimes, you know, your offer for this, your product better fucking work. People are spending money on it. We hope it works. So you have to take your, I'm going to pull up my coaching offerings for a second. And so it's $19,000. Some people go, oh my God, that's so much money. But like, this is all the things they get inside the coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Like sessions, classes, 1 days, the system. Then they get, you know, a curriculum. Here's the personal development. This is a robust school. You know, here's all the modules they're going to do. Here's they do every 6 months. So what we found when we were making coaching, we started out at $10,000 with calls and a 1 day in the field. Calls and P days, fine. But when we started adding in classes, coaching, frameworks, we started adding in all the products. That's where the success rate started to happen. So plus, because we added all the products and the frameworks and things in, it took the skill level of the coaches down and made it easier for less skilled coaches to be able to do the job, and you can pay the coach less, because the coaches didn't need to rely on their own brains. They relied on taking someone through the framework rather than being fucking smart. Right? If they were smart, they would have built this on their own. They would have done it. So if you make a framework for them and you say, hey, here's the framework, walk them through my framework, better.
That's awesome. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So, and that maybe you start building your products off of like, where's the gaps for people? Like, for example, I have a capital raising course because they don't have money. Okay, well, you got a capital raising course now. Here's everything you need. And then people are like, oh, I can't get a house deal at 40 to 60 cents. Well, here's a negotiating class. Sam's asking what my coach is on. I'm a real estate investor. So I teach house flipping, buy and hold real estate, how to be a millionaire mostly. So we got a negotiation class. We got a marketing class. We got a wealth class, passive income. We've got the sales class. All the things, they don't have a vision, so we give them a vision plan. They don't have a journal, so we give them a journal. Like all the holes. Right? So for the inner game thing or making you successful, you're going to need to make like a framework. Maybe it's like a PDF that they fill out with things about them. And it's just a cheap PDF at the beginning. And then maybe the PDF becomes a book later or something. I'll say this. This is 30 grand to make this motherfucking journal. This is 30 grand. So like, you don't just want to do this. You probably want to start with a PDF or something cheap. Because this is 30 grand. They have a garage full of these, and then you have no idea how to sell them. That's going to suck shit. Okay?
Totally.
I know, it's expensive. This is expensive. So, like, 30 grand. Like I probably have $250,000 of paper in a warehouse right now that could just burn anytime. I don't want that.
No, of course.
That will be, yeah. So stay away from that. Okay. So coming back to the here. So now you got your product. Okay. So now you got to have your sales process to sell this product. So that's where you probably hopefully have sales, and you hopefully have read my book, The Close, now, so you can make a good script to sell your product.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you want to have scripted selling so you can sell, right? So I'll show you how to make scripts in here. Awesome. And you go and you make your scripts, and you got a scripted sales process. So maybe this is a seminar, you do a seminar, maybe it's a phone sales thing, maybe it's it could be any number of things as your sales process. It could be a funnel, but some phone sales. And then from your sales process and your product is derived the marketing. So now this is first funnel, maybe some brochures and magazines and maybe some signs or whatever it is you use for marketing. Mm-hmm. That's getting derived from the ethics at the bottom. Everything gets pulled up to the top. Hmm. And notice this, if you got good marketing, you don't have to sell very good. If you got good sales process, you don't really have to have that good of a product. But if you got a good product, this takes care of everything. If you got good ethics, it takes care of everything. Yeah. Sales, like you got good marketing, you don't have to sell. If you got good sales, you don't have to have a super good product. If you have a super good product, you don't, have to worry about the ethics. Guess what? Good. So then at the top of the pyramid is the brand. So all this together builds a brand, and then people just know you and they just buy because so the brand takes care of the marketing takes care of the sales takes care of the product takes care of the ethics. Okay? And then at the top, amazes, you end up with a religion where people are worshiping you like Apple computers, and they line up outside waiting for your new thing, whatever your thing, and want to buy it because you made a religion around your product, around whatever it is you do. Rabbits out of hats.
Right. Yeah. So then it's self-propelling.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. At some point, you create the religion of, it's the religion of Jen, and people go, "Oh my God, this is so amazing! I have to have Jen's new iPhone or whatever Jen. Oh my God, my inner work, I need help." Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Are you experiencing that yet? Do you find in the trajectory your brand's going, is that starting to happen for you?
I got people who spend $100 grand with me. So I got people out there buy every single. They would probably buy more things if I had more things. Someone says have their hair look like Jen, and nobody likes your hair. You're what?
I am the mascot. For my religion.
Like your hair. So there's like these advocates. Like I've had people who've done 3 years of coaching with me, so they spent over $100 grand.
Yeah.
Those people are just rabid. They'll do anything. And then you got people who they spent 20 grand and 10 grand, and you guys spend $5 grand, and you guys have spent $100, and you got guys who spent $25, and I spent $1. And so when you print out all your customers, you can see the guys who bought everything.
Right.
Those are really in, didn't buy that many things. The trouble in this business, I'll say this for most of the coaches out there, especially coaches and educators, we run out of shit to sell them, right? Because, unless you're like a life coaching program, we have a life coaching program. That's an ongoing thing. It's cheaper. It's ongoing. You want to come up with something renewable or consumable. If you can have a consumable thing that journals, there's some people who buy 10 or 12 of these. They got to buy it every 90 days. So this is a renewable thing. People keep buying these. Come back and buy more of them, this is like actually magical. If you have a product where people come back and buy 5 of them. I had a lady buy 8 of these in the summer, came back, bought 8 on the weekends. So if you got that product that's got that viralness to it, that's really good.
That's awesome.
You don't have to pay as much. You don't have to pay out as much, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh,
actually,
okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to tell you, this is an interesting kind of, I guess it speaks to what you're saying, is I met somebody on Instagram, a friend, and he's told me he loves you and loves your products. And he's like, before I even knew about you, he's like, oh, Stefan, he's amazing. I love him. I follow him. And it really was that type of feeling of like, you've impacted him deeply and he wants to consume whatever you're putting out because it's like making a difference. So, you know, that's definitely, I would say, it seems like the imprint or the template of somebody who's a believer in what you're doing. So that's really powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, this is very culty. This book is very culty.
Interesting.
You get in this, I mean, I'll just show it to you. Like, it gets kind of culty. And people, you know, if you can get culty with your stuff where people get into that and buy in, like, see, like right here, look at this, Jen. What women want. And then this girl's getting kidnapped by this. Look at that. That's what women want right there.
Well,
ooh, what women want. So
it's memorable.
Yeah, oh my God, right?
Yeah, exactly. It has that like, ooh, he dared to go there.
Yeah, if you can create something that's like culty like that, or people are like, wow. Another thing I did with this book is look, rated R. I said, this is rated R, not for you. I said, it's not for women, and then women go, it's not for me, I'm going to read it.
Of course. That's smart marketing.
That's right. It also says, burn this book. It's offensive. Burn it if you're offended. Right here on the front. Warning.
Interesting.
Offended. And nobody ever burns it. So just some fun stuff.
That's awesome.
If anybody else has questions, I can answer them, or we can call it a night. All right. All right, ladies and gents. Well, I guess that's it for now. Yeah, add me on Instagram at Stefan Aarnio. I just typed it in the chat. You know, go check out, you know, Hard Times if you like reading about sex and violence and money and religion and politics. Go get this. If you guys need to learn to sell, go get this book, The Close. This is literally made me millionaires, getting a sales team together. If you need to negotiate and close deals more, get this one, 10 Commandments of Negotiation. That'd be good for you guys. And obviously real estate books if you're into that stuff. But, you know, go out there and make this happen, man. It's all there. And I gave you some good things, and respect the grind. I'll put it here. RespectTheGrindPodcast.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Jen. I'll see you on Instagram, guys.
Sounds great.
All right, bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.